seated. At this time, I'd like to ask you to silence your cell phones and turn them off, please. It is my privilege to welcome you to this graduation. The high school graduation ceremony is one of the most memorable events in anyone's life. I'd like to take this last opportunity to say, on behalf of the ASB staff, the AIDB administration, congratulations to both the graduates and their family and friends who have helped them arrive at this moment. Also at this time, I'd like to recognize special guests, AIDB Board of Trustees, Mr. Jackie Smith and his wife Doris, Mr. William Chip Dobbs, Ms. Billy Thompson, member of the Board of Trustees, administrators and staff members from other AIDB departments, ASB faculty and staff. Thank you. Out of all of our many ceremonies, I believe this is the most important occasion at ASB. Graduation ceremonies are a time both for celebration and for giving thanks. I very much hope that today's graduating class will consider this success as the first step in achieving greater success in the future. I hope that you will recognize that this is also a time for thanking those who have helped you reach this milestone. I am pleased to be able to publicly thank your families and all of the ASB staff who contribute to making this program a success. In a very real sense, your success is their success also. So to everyone, let us celebrate this occasion with rejoicing and thanksgiving. At this time, the ASB class valedictorian, Ms. Kennedy Dockery, will give her senior address.
Welcome, friends, family, administration, staff, and special guests to the commencement ceremony of the class of 2019. I would like to thank all the family members who have come to help us celebrate this monumental milestone in our lives. It would not have been possible without the help of our teachers, our new principal, Mr. Krebs, and our academic director, Mr. Nunn. It is astounding how quickly things can change. 1 minute, you're a freshman walking the halls trying to get to your new class. And the next thing you know, you're getting ready to walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Now, however, it is time to let the doors of high school swing shut behind us, so that new vistas may open before us. Some of us will be going to college prep through college, while others will be joining the workforce. In the next few months, our lives will have changed from who we are now to the young citizens we are striving to become. Life will be filled with new challenges, such as trying to find your way through a busy college campus, studying for finals, or catching the path to the program. However, with these struggles come many great days, filled with new friends, degrees, and jobs that will push us to our farther in life. One day, soon, these high school hallways will all just be a memory. And whether you believe it or not, you're going to miss all these memories of friends, achievements, and smiles and laughs. As Trace Adkins once said, you're going to miss this. You're going to want this back. You're going to wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. In the next 10 years, our lives will have completely changed. We should all plan to reunite at the 2029 Alumni Convention to share old memories and make new ones. In closing, I would like to quote the last two lines of our alma mater, which express our love for our school better than I could. There are paths in life many separate. Here are hearts forever remain. Thank you.
Good job, Kenny. Ms. Vera Hendricks, Vice President of Instructional Programs, will introduce our guest speaker.
Good afternoon. To Mr. Cribbs, Mr. Nunn, faculty and staff of the Alabama School for the Blind, parents, visitors, and friends. Graduates, as I introduce the speaker, I have one more opportunity to share some words of advice from Dr. Massia and myself. His daughter, Annie, is graduating this evening also. But he did have some thoughts to share with you about my favorite, attitude. Attitude is everything. How we think or feel about someone or something will determine our opportunities for success in life. But then you've heard that before, from your teachers, from your coaches, and from your parents. You will continue to hear it throughout your life, especially from future employers. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple Incorporated, said, "Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected." But at AIDB, you have been actively involved in an environment that pursues excellence, which encourages you to explore your limits. By being here today, receiving your high school diploma, you've proven that you have a winning attitude. Let me share with you 5 quick characteristics of a positive attitude. Number 1, respect yourself and others. Try to understand others in your world and use your knowledge and communication skills to embrace diversity and resolve differences. Number 2, be enthusiastic about life. Use your positive energy to look on challenges to take on challenges as opportunities, not problems. Number 3, be committed to your job, to your school, and to family relationships. 4, don't be afraid to fail. Find new ways of doing things. Share your innovative ideas. And if you fail, get up and try again. And number 5, help others along the way. Getting along with others when they are less than perfect will make your life better. Mahatma Gandhi, who led India to independence and inspired movements of civil rights and freedom across the world, said these words: "Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny." I congratulate each of you for a job well done and challenge you to use your winning attitude to make a difference in your world. Our speaker this evening is Mr. Jeremiah Castile. Mr. Castile was born in Columbus, Georgia, and attended the University of Alabama, where he played defensive back on the last team coached by coached by Paul Bryant. He played on the 1979 National Championship team and was an All-American in 1982. In the 1982 Liberty Bowl, Mr. Castile intercepted 3 passes in a 21-15 win and was selected as the game's most valuable player. He then played in 6 seasons in the NFL from 1983 to 1988 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Denver Broncos. In 1988, he played in Super Bowl 22 with the Denver Broncos. 2 of Jeremiah's sons, Tim and Simeon, also played in the NFL after playing college football at Alabama. His 3rd son, Caleb, walked on in Alabama before quitting football to chase his dream of becoming a professional actor. And he starred as Jeremiah's teammate in Alabama, Tony Nathan, in the movie Woodlawn. Jeremiah has been an ordained minister since 2001 and served 16 years as the University of Alabama chaplain. He founded the Jeremiah Castile Foundation in 1999. He and his wife, Jean, have 6 children. Please give a big AIDB welcome to Mr. Jeremiah.
Ms. Hendricks. I want to say good evening to the faculty, staff, ASB, students, graduates, parents, teachers. It's truly an honor for me to be your commencement speaker for the 2019 graduates. I had a chance earlier to meet the graduates, and it's truly an honor for me to be here this evening. As Ms. Hendricks said, I'm from Columbus, Georgia, and she was sharing some of my accomplishments. I quickly thought back to where I'm from, and just was reminded of some of the things that I had to overcome in those accomplishments. And as I share this evening in my talk that I titled In Pursuit of Excellence, I'm number 8 of 9 children. And I grew up in a home where there was alcoholism and domestic violence. And as I was growing up, I didn't have any of my older siblings that I saw graduate from high school. I was the first. And as I look back on my life, I just want to share with you 3 or 4 things that I believe is vital in the pursuit of excellence. I don't know how many of y'all know if you know the game of football, but it's a rather tough game. It's not an easy game. And as you can see, my stature is I'm not a big guy. So how do you perform? How do you accomplish? It's something that is what you call a big man's game, or people that are big and fast. And it seems as though you don't have the measurables. You know, that God didn't give you the bigger, faster, stronger gene. So how do you accomplish? A lot of times I'll be sitting around in the locker room saying, man, Lord, if you just make me a little bit bigger. Trying to run in the family. Matter of fact, if you'd have met my brothers, they were the ones that was the 6'2", 6'3" frames, 220 pounds. but because I didn't have the measurables, didn't give me an excuse not to pursue excellence. You know, a lot of times when I'm sitting here talking to people, I meet people, they find out what I did for, playing professional sports. That's the highest that you can go in this country, and they just look at you like, well, that ain't no big deal. Everybody can do that. Oh, you think you can do it? I mean, that's the way they talk to you. Like, that's no big deal. You can go in the backyard, and I'm sure y'all can do that. Why don't you take for a moment my position? I was a left cornerback. And as a cornerback, your job is to cover the wide receiver. You got to catch the ball on offense. Now, the thing about that job description is the receiver is running forward, and you're running backward. You ever tried running backwards? How about this? He knows where he's going. You don't. And it is expected of you to excel, to be great at it, to succeed at it, to accomplish. Well, I competed against guys that had the prototype, 6'2", 200 pounds as a defensive back. And at every level that I played, I started. I didn't sit the bench. Well, how do you compete? How do you accomplish? When it seems as though you haven't been blessed with the measurables. And you hear that on a daily basis. A lot of times from your teammates, but also maybe from the people that coached you. And as I share that and I look in the audience this afternoon, I can see that some of us probably didn't get the encouragement we needed from our own family members. My father didn't. He didn't think that playing a sport was something that was necessary. I didn't hold that against him. I want to quote to you from someone that I know you've heard of in this school. It says, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. So what is essential in the pursuit of excellence? What was essential for Jeremiah Castile growing up in an environment that says you're going to be a victim for the rest of your life? You don't have the measurables socially. It's called a dream. Kelly used the word vision. What does it take in pursuit of excellence? It takes a dream, ladies and young. Jeremiah Castile had a dream. And when you have a dream, the measurables don't count. They don't factor in. As a matter of fact, they become a motivator. So there I was growing up, alcoholic parents, especially my mother. And God gave me a dream that one day I could see my mother sober. And it was a catalyst for me. I realized I wasn't a victim, that I could be the victim, that things could change. What does it take in pursuit of excellence? Real quick, I believe there's 4 disciplines that you and I need in this pursuit of excellence for your dream and my dream to come true. Whatever the vision is that God has given you. Graduates, it's going to take vision. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. So I had a chance to ask some of the graduates before we came out, what is your dream? What excited me was they were able to tell me what their dream was. In spite of the maybe not having the measurable of physical sight, they were able to tell me. So it was truly an honor for me to be here today amongst visionaries. And as I talk to you in audience, are you still a visionary? Do you have a vision? What does it take in the pursuit of excellence for that vision to come true? I believe there's 4 disciplines. The first would be delayed gratification. What is delayed gratification? See, as I was pursuing my dream and my friends and going through high school, and I had to delay some things. I had to put some things aside. I can still remember on a Good Friday night, and their feet and my buddies would be, hey, going to the parties. You know, by the time you get to driving, you can drive and you can go out. My buddies would be going out, and they, Jeremiah, you want to go? No, I got this hill over here I need to go run. Just waiting on me. See, I was willing to delay some things socially because what was calling me immediately was the dream. That nobody in my family had even graduated from high school, let alone talk about going to college. My dream was that I wanted to go to college, the University of Alabama. And God, I know divine sorry, I was sitting there watching, I'm 10, 11 years old, watching Coach Bron show one day, and he sitting there doing the show, Charlie, and he had that Coca-Cola, and those gold flakes sitting up there. There's Woodrow Lowe on the towel. Mean to go. That's gonna be me. I'm going to Alabama. That's gonna be me. He's gonna call my name. And I can remember sharing that with my high school buddies, and they said, "You gonna do what? You going where? You going? What them boys big over there? You too little." How many times you think I heard the words, "You're too little"? I thank God my dream was bigger than any of the opinions that I heard in high school. Graduates, you let your dream be bigger than any of the opinions people may have. This year marked 40 years ago that I signed a letter of intent and went on to play at the University of Alabama as a freshman in 1979. What did it take? It took the discipline of delaying gratification. Graduates, you're going to have to delay some things. You're going to have to set some things aside in order for that vision to come true. Number 2, acceptance of responsibility. People of excellence are willing to accept the responsibility. I accepted the responsibility as a teenager that one day my mother would be sober. I embraced the situation and the circumstances instead of enduring. People that are willing to accept the responsibilities don't endure, they embrace. I was sharing with Trevor a few minutes ago that a little over a week ago we laid my mother to rest at 85 years of age. What I didn't share with him was she getting sober and saved for 34 years. Because of the vision, of the dream that God placed in me as a teenager. That one day I could see my parents sober. Number 3, dedication to truth. Graduates, dedicate yourself to truth. That which is true. That's which God's word says about you, who you are. That's what I held on to as a young person growing up in Phoenix City. I held on to the truth of what God's word said, who I was, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what my zip code was, my address. Dedicate yourself to truth. Because it's only in truth when the winds of life blow and life collides with your philosophy that you'll be able to stand. Number 4, the fourth discipline would be balance. Live life with balance. Live life with balance. Live, love, laugh in your pursuit of excellence. You'll take these 4 things. I believe that at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, as I laid my mother to rest, one of the greatest stories I heard was this 85-year-old lady. We had visitation there, and people came in and out of the local funeral home there in Phoenix City, and I wanted to know, how did they meet Mary Castile? Lady with a 4th grade education. But she took the last 34 years of her life. She made the greatest use of it because of these disciplines. So there was a couple there standing, and I asked them, I said, well, how did you meet Mary Castile? The mother, along with the husband and son, said, a few years ago, we were in the hospital, and your mother walked in my room. I was there, my son was in a coma. He had been hit by a drunk driver. She said, your mother walked in my room and said, the Lord led me in here to sit with you, baby. My mother sat with that lady for 2 days. Here's a woman that never drove a vehicle, never had a driver's license. She found out what her dream was, what it was she was supposed to do in life. She was hurt. It's not the things that we don't have that keeps us from pursuing excellence. Look at what God has given you. Look at what God has given you. And what God has given you is on the inside. It's called a dream. You take that and you pursue it. And you'll end up one day with excellence. I'll close with this. Excellence in the Greek means beyond measure. That is, when people were competing in the Olympic Games, you took a ball or a javelin and you threw it to compete. They didn't have a measuring tape that was long enough to measure your throw. When it's all said and done, graduates, let your life be beyond measure. Thank you all for letting me be 2019 commencement speaker. God bless. And we wish you a blessed rest of you.
And still, on behalf of the staff of the Alabama School of Blind and AIDB, I will present to you this gift on their behalf. And it's framed, brown frame with a matted picture of Manning Hall, and it reads, Jeremiah Castile, in appreciation, commencement speaker, Alabama School for the Blind, May 23rd, 2019.
Wow. I can't follow that, nor even want to try, but we've got 9 students down here that want to get on with this night, I think. Thank you, Jeremiah Castile, for that amazing speech. Just keeps amazing me every speech I hear from him. Thank you again. This time is a unique time in our program. There was an individual by the name of Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was just 7 years old when he came to AIDB for the first time. But it was the beginning of an extraordinary life journey that recently brought him back, quote unquote, home to AIDB to make new memories and inspire students of another generation. He and his high school friends in the 1930s developed a love of music and formed their own group, which eventually became known worldwide as the Grammy-winning Blind Boys of Alabama. Jimmy was an original member of the group, but when the Blind Boys decided to go on the road in 1944, his mother insisted he was too young, and he stayed in school a few more years before rejoining the group. This past April, he returned to ASB campus again, this time it all coming full circle, to record a song, hopefully a Grammy. I Am With You Still, with the legendary ASB students in the Landreth Music Center. It was a memorable experience for both Jimmy and our students, and the senior class officially adopted it as their class song. Now, at this time, some of our graduates will perform the song, I Am With You Still. wouldn't give the diplomas in a minute, we just call it a night. That's not on my sheet to say, but I had to say that. I have heard them sing that a few times. Wow, I've got chill bumps too. Wonderful job, guys. Wonderful. Okay, we get to that time. We've got some of these papers up here to give you guys. It's a presentation of awards. Mr. William Chip Dobbs, AIDB Board of Trustees, will present the AIDB Board of Trustees Graduate Award for Service and Leadership.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we'd like to congratulate graduates of 2019. This Board of Trustees award is the person that good leader in and out within AIDB and good leadership. And this scholarship goes to Gordon Carter. Scholarship is for $1,000.
Ms. Valerie Sherbert, President of the Alabama School for the Blind Alumni and Workers Association, State Secretary of the Alabama Council of the Blind, will present awards from this organization.
On behalf of the Alabama School for the Blind Alumni Association, I'd like to give a $500 scholarship. But first, I'd like to tell y'all, don't wait till 2029 to come back. We'd like to have we'd have to levy next week, and it'll be free for you. So, the scholarship from the Alumni and Worker Association this year for $500 goes to Kennedy Dockery. Now I also have two more scholarships to present. These are on behalf of the Alabama Council of the Blind. The first one, as my husband leaned over and said, remember Jordan. So Jordan Carter, because I wanted to pronounce you Gordon. The scholarship is for $1,000. Another scholarship. This scholarship is for $1,500, and this will go to Chase Lowe.
Miss Mary Louise Ferrier White will present the Willie and Betty Ferrier Family Foundation Award.
Good evening. Good evening. In the absence of Dr. Mathia, it is a pleasure to be invited back. I know that some of you never heard of Willie and Betty Ferrier. I'm sorry for you. The best thing that ever happened to me was my parents. God chose two totally blind people to be my parents. And he caused them to meet on the campus of the Alabama School for the Negro Blind. I've got plenty to be grateful for, but I don't want to hold you all night. I want to let you know that it's because of my parents, what they did for themselves as well as for others, including my children, that I am here. My oldest son, Cedric Ferrier, a retired colonel, decided that my parents had done so much for us, as well as those in the community and in this state, that it was fitting to establish a foundation in their memory. But not just for a few. His vision was to touch young people all over this county. And that's exactly what we've been trying to do. This year, the foundation is awarding 8 scholarships in the county. And always at the top of the list is the Alabama School for the Blind. And this year, we have 2 recipients. Jordan Collins. There are many, many people who want to help, who want to see you succeed, but if they don't know, they can't do. So keep in touch. God bless.
Miss Elizabeth Ponder, Vice President of Advancement and Community Relations, Executive Director of the AIDB Foundation, will present the William B. Biggs and the Lonnie Cochran Scholarships.
Thank you, Mr. Cribbs. It is my distinct privilege to be with you tonight to award scholarships to 3 scholarships through the AIDB Foundation. The first, the Bill Biggs Scholarship. Bill Biggs is an entrepreneur, a real estate developer, a former AIDB Foundation board member, and a longtime supporter who believes in making wise investments, both in business and, more importantly, in people. A native of Florence, the Florence, Alabama area, Bill now resides in Florida, the Panhandle as a matter of fact, and has funded a number of scholarships for AIDB graduates over the past several years for those pursuing a post-secondary degree. This year, the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind Foundation is delighted to award $2,500 from the Bill Biggs Scholarship Fund to Mr. Jordan. Next is the Floyd Covington Scholarship. Foy Covington was a strong advocate for AIDB in the Alabama legislature. For many years, he supported our interests and advanced the institution's cause for sources of vital funding. Following his passing, Mr. Covington's friends and colleagues established a scholarship endowment with the AIDB Foundation, memorializing Mr. Covington and his help in advancing AIDB's important mission. This year's Foy Covington Scholarship is for $2,000 and is proudly awarded to Mr. Chase Love. And one more this evening from the foundation, the Lonnie Cochran Scholarship. Lonnie Cochran attended the Alabama School for the Blind during the 1930s and 40s. His classmates remember him as a very smart student and a hard worker. Honoring Mr. Cochran's personal commitment to encouraging people to become the best that they can be, his family created the Lonnie Cochran Scholarship Endowment with the AIDB Foundation. This scholarship supports students from the School for the Blind who wish to continue their studies in an advanced education program. This evening, the foundation is pleased to present a $500 scholarship from the Lonnie Cochran Scholarship Fund to Mr. Chase Love.
Mr. Alan Nunn, ASB Academic Director, will present the Fred Houston and the Virginia Hogan Scholarships.
Good evening. No speeches, seniors. I'm proud of them. Congratulations. Mr. Fred Houston was a longtime employee of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind, serving in many roles as a coach, teacher, and administrator. His family created the Fred Houston Endowment and the AIDB Foundation to continue his legacy and provide scholarships for future generations of AIDB students. Today we present the Fred Houston Scholarship to Jordan Carter in the amount of $500. The Virginia Hogan Scholarship is awarded annually to the students who best exemplifies the spirit of the Alabama School for the Blind through honesty, cooperation, helpfulness, sportsmanship, courtesy, consistent attendance, and willingness to work. And boy, does he work. The recipient is chosen by staff members who work with students in grades 9 through 12. The honoree does not have to be graduating, but must be at least 16 years old. The 2019 Virginia Hogan Scholarship recipient is Trent Williams.
Ms. Gina Dulaney, ASB School Counselor, will present the June Rice Woodward Alumni Achievement Award and other special awards.
The June Rice Woodward achievement, and loyalty for the 4 years prior to graduation. All secondary teachers who have taught members of the senior class and school administrators select the recipient. The 2019 recipient is Chase Lowe. The next award that I have for Chase is from the First Presbyterian Church of Gunnersville. The letter reads, Chase has been a faithful member of our church his entire life. He is a loving, caring member, sharing and giving his talents to our Lord. We are so proud of the many accomplishments he has attained while attending the Alabama School for the Blind. I am pleased to present this award to Chase in the amount of $5,000. Sneed for $1,000. And the Richard Aubrey Wilson Scholarship from Sneed, also in the amount of $1,000. Chase intends to study English language arts and become a teacher. All right. He has been awarded the Presidential Scholarship for Academic Excellence and Leadership, and I am proud to present him with a certificate recognizing this award. This scholarship will cover tuition for 2 years, provided he maintains the required grade point average. It's valued at approximately $15,000. Summer classes if he chooses to do that. Each year, graduating classes are different. Classes have their own personality, and their needs, skills, and dreams vary from year to year. So while Chase and Jordan may be the only two to receive a scholarship from a post-secondary school, I do want to quickly recognize all the seniors, and I'm going to do this in alphabetical order very quickly. And so I'm going to have each of you stand because everybody out here may not know who you guys are. So Cedric, if you would stand for just a moment. If you haven't had a chance to see any of his work, Cedric is a talented artist. He hopes to pursue a career as an animator, and he also has an interest in photography and game design. Thank you. Nathan will be attending E.H. Gentry in the fall. He loves music and has worked at the Guitar Center in his hometown for several summers. He would like to continue working in the music industry. Thank you, Nathan. Scholarship in the amount of $315, and she's going to receive this award at the Alumni Convention, which is in just a few weeks. Kennedy has enrolled in Gentry's College Prep program and will be attending college as a full-time student later. She would like to become an elementary teacher for the visually impaired. All three students who want to teach, Kennedy and Jordan and Chase, would like to return to ASB to teach, and I think this says a lot. dinner after attending Gentry, I know that she will continue to share her talent. Thank you. Antonia Tannehill. Antonia has been accepted to Southern Union State Community College and would like to attend there in the fall. She has a dream of one day running an online beauty product business, and for those of you who have spent any time talking with her about it, she's got a pretty good business plan in mind already. Tamaya has been accepted to Gadsden State Community College and plans to attend there in the fall. Tamaya has a great interest in civil rights law and plans to pursue a career in that area. Trent Williams. Last but certainly not least, he is definitely one of our hardest working students. In a time where many people simply do not want to work, Trent thrives in that environment. AIDB will be fortunate to have him one day working in our food service industry. While we may not have all the monetary awards that we had last year, as I've already said, classes are different every year. The talents and dreams of this class are just as big, and I loved everything that Mr. Castile had to say about that, about pursuing their dreams. There are many successes down the road for this group, and please join me one more time in congratulating them on meeting today's milestone.
Class, please rise. Ms. Hendricks, the ASB class of 2019 has satisfactorily completed the prescribed course of study in conformity with the graduation requirements and the standards set by the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind Board of Trustees in the state of Alabama. It is now my distinct honor to present to you the graduating class of the Alabama School for the Blind for the year 2019.
Before I let you sit down, nope, before you sit down, I want to thank Mr. Cribbs, Ms. Phyllis Elder, and all of the staff here at the Alabama School for the Blind for working so hard to get you to this day, because you wouldn't be standing there without them. So will you, not you, you singers, give them a hand. Ready to go? No, not really? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's a loaded question. Thank you, Trent. On behalf of Dr. John Massieu, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind, I now confer upon you the degree and diploma of the Alabama School for the Blind, and officially congratulate each of you upon your graduation. You may be seated.
Time to present some diplomas, guys. Cedric Maurice Brown, Jr. Nathan Alexander Capoletti. Jordan Maurice Reese Carter. Kennedy Taylor Dockery. Alyssa Madison Green. Chase Alexander Lowe. Antonia Kiera Tennehill.
Go ahead, Tom.
Tamaya Nicole Tennehill. Trent Williams. Class, please rise. Take a deep breath. As an outward and visible sign of your program completion, the graduating class of 2019 from ASB, move those tassels. Thank you to the interpreters, Miss Robin and Miss Cassie. Thank you. There will be a reception in the Student Center. As soon as the graduates get out there, they'll have a line to shake their hands. So there will be a reception you're invited to. Please remain in your seats until all graduates have exited the auditorium. Please remain in your seats until all the graduates have exited. Please stand and join our seniors as we sing together the first verse of the ASB Alma Mater.